What's up guys, Caleb here with another installment of Reality Check, and today is all about the Sennheiser Gaming Series GSX 1200 Pro. That is a mouthful. So you're asking yourself, what exactly does this thing do? So firstly, it serves as an audio amplifier and an external sound card. So whatever sound card you might be running on your motherboard, whatever's built into it, or whatever external sound card you might have, this is potentially and most likely gonna sound a little bit better than that. And secondly, the audio amplifier obviously just gives you a much bigger bump in your output, so you're getting a big volume increase as well. Secondly, it serves as a game chat hub, so you can connect multiple GSXs with microphones plugged into them with provided cables to give you and your teammates lag-free, crystal clear, hardwired communication. So it serves two functions, and that's what kind of sets it apart from other audio amplifiers, but let's talk about it in a little bit more detail. From an aesthetic and design perspective, I really like it. It's got a very simple, unobtrusive approach. The red LEDs shine through really nicely, and it even has a stand so that it can rest at an angle. In terms of the build quality, it feels like it's made out of high quality materials, and I also really like the touch interface combined with a volume slider wheel. The touching is really nice and responsive, and overall the design is excellent. Getting into some of the nitty-gritty features with regards to the GSX, there's actually quite a lot piled into it. So it gives you the option for 4 different sound profile presets. There's game, flat, music, and cinema. Yes, sis. Hey, do you want to come sit here and do this, you know? So it gives you the option to set 4 different sound profile presets at the touch of a button, namely game, music, flat, and cinema. Nailed it. It also offers you a mute control function, which is pretty simplistic, but then something that interests me is that it has built-in virtual 7.1 surround sound software. Now, that is notoriously average across headphones, across companies, across anyone who's providing you 7.1. But I guess it's still cool that you can plug anything into it and have that option. Once you've selected 7.1 surround sound, it also gives you the option to give you different levels of compression to kind of like equalize the sound how you like it. And then also gives you the option to choose which direction you want it to focus on, if you want it to be above, below, both, or all around you. So that's also pretty cool. There is also a slider on the left and right hand side of the device which allows you to balance your mic output and your chat input, because one of the main features, as I stated earlier, is that it's a game chat hub, so you and your friends can all connect with these devices and have awesome crystal clear communication. But we weren't able to test that because we don't have multiple devices like this, but I still think it's a pretty cool feature and worth noting. In terms of the ins and outs, there's 2 ports that allow you to connect to other GSX devices, and they provide you with cables specifically for that purpose. And then there's also a headphone, a mic, and a speaker plugin. So that's pretty cool. They offer you all the things you might need for one computer setup, and I really like that. So that's basically what this thing does. It provides you better quality sound, and then on top of that, it looks cool and it packs in a whole lot of features just for functionality. But now you need to ask yourself, is the sound improvement that good? Is it worth spending that much money to get that sound performance boost? Let's jump into the binaural audio recording and find out. And we're back here in our binaural audio recording setup. This is our binaural head Betty, and you should be hearing the audio crossfade shortly. So you should be able to hear me now in your left ear, moving all the way around the back to your right ear. Now you should be able to hear me below you, behind you, as well as above you, behind you. Now what we're going to try and do is accurately represent what this external amplifier does to the sound quality of your headphones. So what we're going to do is we're going to start you with the track playing from my PC's sound card built into the motherboard, and then we're going to crossfade that exact same track with the exact same recording environment, with the sound coming out of the with the sound coming out of the amplifier, the GSX 1200, and that's going to give you the most clear representation that we can. Also, we're going to use 3 different headphones of varying qualities. We're going to start with the Arctis 5s, which are quite fairly in the middle ground, and we've also got the Rig 400 HXs coming in at a budget pair of headphones, and then we've got the GSP 500s, which are expensive premium open back gaming headphones. But let's start with the Arctis 5s.
that's pretty much it for the across-the-board comparison. That's the GSP 500s, the Arctis 5s, and the Rig 400 HXs. Now, it's going to be hard. I'm sure if you're not like an audiophile and you're not really trained in the vocabulary needed to describe what the differences in sound profiles are, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for you to start distinguishing the slight variances that you're going to see at these price points and with the technology as sophisticated as it is. But for me personally, what I find is that it definitely gives it that volume adjustment that they're promising, like at least 20%, I would say. And then what I'm mostly noticing is an increase in the sound stage, right? So it's making it sound like it's a bit further away, like the music's coming from a broader space. And then also it's giving you a slightly bassier oomph, which I personally appreciate in my music. So that's pretty much it. Let's jump back to the review.
So that's it at the end of the day. Clearly there is a sound performance boost on all fronts. And then also consider that if you and your friends have multiple of these devices, you can have lagless first-party communication. But the question you have to start asking yourself is it worth that amount of money for that performance boost? It's 3,700 Rand at MyTech, which is a hefty price to pay. Also, something worth considering here, though, is that you are not receiving any kind of software so that you can set your own custom equalized sound profiles, which seems a bit ridiculous when alternatively you can go get yourself a really expensive gaming headset and an external sound card, which will also offer you equalizer presets, all for about the same price. You kind of have to wonder if it's worth the money. Anyways, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for this installment of Reality Check. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the Gaming Series GSX 1200 Pro audio amplifier from Sennheiser. Let me know otherwise what external sound card you use or what you use to get your sound setup booming. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, the little bell icon, and I'll catch you guys next time for another installment of Reality Check. Peace! Was a weird piece.
Peace.
Peace!